Hi. Well, today I'm going to show you the castle of Piria Castle, made by Francisco Piria. Look, the whole city of Piriapolis was done by Francisco Piria, okay? He was born on the year 1847. You know, as a young child, he went to Italy and he stayed with his uncle who was a monk. That's why Piria has a background as an mental alchemist. He was also a member of the Masonic stadium here in Uruguay, and he was a very, very important businessman and entrepreneur, you know. And one of the things that he made is this castle there that we're going to see you now, you know. Follow me, and we're going to see the castle from the inside, okay? One of the things I like the most when I come here to see the castle of Piria is to meditate here. And for the meditation, this is a sacred tree, you know. It's amazing. It's called Drago or Dragon. And it comes from the Canarian Islands, you know, and it's a sacred tree. And I love it to hug the tree because it transmits so nice energy, you know. They use also the leaves to clean your aura. That's why the mystic people, they come here and they stay here and they meditate here in the tree. Thank you very much. Also very symbolic, you know, no? Metaphysics and alchemy. Here, for example, is a sort of a gallery, art gallery, you know, where some artists can expose their paintings. Here you see an old photo of Francisco Piria when he was quite young, okay? As I told you, he was an entrepreneur, he was a businessman, but he was also very mystic in that sense. Look, this is it's quite an important point here in Piriapolis is the cross of pan de azúcar, sugar leaf, you know, pan de azúcar. And there's a very, very high cross, you know, which was also made by Francisco Piria. This cross was made because at that time there was a pandemic, you know, there was a lot of sickness, and he made it built in order to recover the hope of the city, okay? Very interesting. This is also interesting because it's sort of a city that was programmed as a symbolic geometry, you know. All these crosses have a significance, and there are some places where you have really very strange geometry. And here, that's very interesting. I'm here, you know, just to compare the new smartphones that we have now to this very, very old telephone system. This is very interesting also. This is very mystic and this is very alchemic, okay? You see that there is a door here, okay? But follow me now, and you will see that here on this side there is no door. It's sort of a dimensional way or pathway, okay? Very interesting. Okay, that was sort of the living room of the place. He didn't stay here that much. He stayed some people say he stayed about a week every year, you know, and he did it in 7 years, because here on the bottom, they think that he had the lab to work his alchemy. Hi, we are now at the Pitamiglio Castle. Look, it's a very, very nice castle. Very, very nice. Umberto Pitamiglio was a student of Francisco Piria. He was also an alchemist and a very mystic person, very interesting. Umberto Pitamiglio. But what most interesting about his name Umberto Pitamiglio. His name was Umberto with a U on the front, no H. And he changed his name from Umberto with an U to Umberto with an H. Why? Because of Hermes Trismegisto. I don't know if you know about the book of the Kybalion. Kybalion is a very mystic book with 7 universal laws, and it's really very interesting to read. It's a very small book, written by Hermes Trismegisto, and because of that, it was very important for him. He changed his name from a U to an H, Umberto. Very interesting. Hi, now we are at the Hotel Argentino. This was also built by Francisco Piria. He started on the year 1920 and he finished this hotel 10 years after, in the 1930. It was definitely the biggest hotel in all South America. A lot of symbology, as I told you. Francisco Piria was an alchemist, and you can see here the lion and the eagle. The lion and the eagle. That means the sky and the earth. It's very symbolic. Okay, and you can see on the coast also all the symbology also there. Everywhere, Piriapolis is very well known. It says that it's for the people who can see and the people who can hear. Now we're going to go inside the Hotel Argentino. Come on. Again, we are at the Hotel Argentino. Very symbolic, 7 steps and 7 steps, a very symbolic number. And the hotel, it was very known because it was a place for healing, because of the ocean, because of the hills. It was a very energetic and very important place. Many Argentinians came here for vacations and also for healing. Now we are on the inside of the Hotel Argentino, and you can see here the stairs, and there you have a very, very nice and very symbolic vitro. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show you, unfortunately it was closed, I wanted to show you the swimming pools, hot swimming pools. Why? Because it's thermalized water. It's not thermal, but it's thermalized because they take the water from the ocean and they bring it to the hotel, and it's very, very nice salty water, with a lot of sodium and very healthy for the people who needs healing. Okay? Have a great day. Hi, well, this is the end of this trip, I will be doing many other videos showing about Uruguay. Just wanted to tell you that I'm part of a team, a greater team. We have a website, Living in Uruguay. I will write it down, Living in Uruguay, and we give a lot of assistance. I'm a specialist and as a migration helper. All what is the process of migrating to Uruguay, the residence and the ID, etc., will be with me. But I work with a team, and we all work in property issues, financial advising, opening of a business, bank accounts, schools, and many, many other services. Okay? Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.